Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix.
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
Then you can just ride it the whole thing.
With Stix.
All right. What's going on with you, homie? I see you sporting the brand shirt. I like it.
Yeah,
is that the sweatshirt?
Hey, yeah, of course, man. I told you. This is the only way to come out right here. This is the fit. You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't know, the crew neck is the West Coast fit. You know, you got to be ready, especially when you come to the Pacific Northwest. You need a little something on them little naked elbows, you know what I mean, so they don't get cold out here. And you can keep it cool. You don't have to worry about all the stuff behind the back of your head and neck and ears. I can't do that. Everybody loves this hoodie action. I don't care. Give me a fitted and a crew neck, and I'm out of here.
Crew neck, baby. I like it. What else is going on? Man, this weather changed up a little bit. Got the rain back, the Pacific Northwest, just like you said, the cool weather. I bet you're feeling that, aren't you?
Man, I love all this shit, man, except for, all the wildlife fucking comes back. Now I didn't know that I was the head of animal control, Department of Sanitation around this motherfucker, right? So, the other day I'm sitting up here taking kids to school, doing my normal thing. I roll back up, get out the car. Well, I don't get out the car. I'm sitting in the seat about to get out. I look over at the side view mirror on the passenger side. I look back in the driveway. It's a damn animal carcass, G.
What the hell? What you got, cougars, mountain lions?
Man, I don't even know at this point. So I get out and I go around, peek my head around the back of the car. Oh, shit, Bugs Bunny laid out all in the middle of my damn driveway, bro.
No, not Bugs.
Man. Yeah, man. So this was funny because it's crazy because I'm like, damn, all right, well, shit, I got to call animal control, man. So I just go in the house. And I'm about to call animal control, do what they do, if that's the thing. I know in Southern California, that's the thing. You find a run up, get them out of there, right? So I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna get them, but I'm like, wait a minute, was that shit out there when I backed out, or did Bugs Bunny catch hell while I was dropping off a child, and then when I rolled back, it creeped up into my driveway looking for a rest haven. I don't know. But anyway, I don't get no call from Department of Sanitation Animal Control because it probably don't exist. Right? So I got to get out there and scoop his little ass up. And everybody who know me, they know me. You know what I'm saying? That's some nasty ass shit, G. Okay?
That's bad, homie.
That does not fall underneath the column of shit that I fuck with. Okay. Not at all, period. So I go out there and get them in it because I'm overthinking all this shit. Okay, where the fuck am I gonna do with them? Do I throw them in the street? Do I pawn it off on somebody else, put him in front of somebody else's house, right? And do I do that? Or do I scoop his little ass up and just throw him in the trash? Clearly, I need a bag. I'm telling you, I'm thinking all of this shit out, right? So I said, I'm gonna put him in a bag. I scoop his little ass up, tie the bag up. Shit's nasty because the crows done already got at him. They done hollowed his ass out.
Oh,
And so it's nasty, G.
gross,
So
Doc.
so I tie the shit up, throw it in the trash, and then I come back in the house and I'll get a report, go, hey, the problems are taken care of. I rinsed off the driveway. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have those lingering death fleas just flying around looking for, scraps.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about that. I got a dead animal in my garbage can, and trash day ain't till Monday. Man, oh my God, man, it's gonna smell like who knows what in that trash, yo. I ain't taking the trash out this week. The boy gonna have to take it out, and I ain't gonna tell him nothing. So I'm just gonna let him rock out there, drop it in there.
Dog.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be gross. But luckily, it ain't hot, right? So, because what if it was hot?
Oh,
Is hot carcass worse than wet, moist, damp carcass?
dang.
I don't
supposed
know.
to bury his ass?
Man, look. Hey, look, I don't do crematorial services. I don't do burial services. I don't work for a damn animal mortuary. You know what I mean? This ain't Pet Cemetery.
That's true.
Not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. He goes to the closest place that doesn't bother me, and that's the damn trash can, man. It's wild over here, man. I don't know what hey, bro, animal life, man. I feel like Steve Irwin.
Well, Frick, hopefully the Roadrunner's not running around there now too. Whatever he got next. When there's one, there's always gonna be another. What you got? Maybe it was one of those little high school kids dropping off, messing around on your property again or whatnot.
Yo, man, see, you know what? I said that too, because of course, I think about everything. What if a little nasty motherfucker just grabbing dead rabbits, throwing them on people's yard? What kind of sick fuck are you, man? Right? So
have you seen rabbits run around around the area at all?
All the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's real shit. Yeah, them and the squirrels, they lying dead, half dead around here all the time. It's a thing, but it's wild, man. But
that was a way to kick off your Wednesday.
Yeah, man. Fuck you missed the damn Mariners game on Monday, man. You keeping your ass at home once again. You don't know how to come out in these streets when you scared of the COVID still, man. What's up?
Hey, if I remember correctly, I didn't get an invite to this one.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it this time. Last time I had you. Next time I'll have you too, but you know what I'm saying? This time I forgot.
See, I didn't, in my defense, I didn't get an invite on this to Monday night game. But man, this shit is wild, bro.
Yo, I got a hot take though. I got a hot take about this 2023 All-Star situation, man. Yeah, and being in formerly Safeco Arena, aka T-Mobile Park. I got a hot take, man. I don't think it's gonna be good. The home run derby is not gonna be fly. The seating is in bad spots, bro. Where home runs are hit for the right-hander, there's hardly any seats. So
you can't get. Because you got that bullpen there.
That's right.
So you have to get a hold of one to get it. Which it's batting practice and home run derby, but there's not. You don't get the first row or the section right there. What you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking. I
see what you're saying.
The whole time I was there, I was going, damn, man, I don't know, because I'm seeing the advertisements on the big board, and I'm going, man, I don't know. This don't seem like this gonna come off right. You got to be a lefty, a power lefty, hitting up there. At least you got 3 levels of bleachers right there.
Right.
So you got a lot of fan activity right there. Center field is pretty much cut out. Then we all know standing room only, the place to be, the spot, the kick it area where the liquor goes down and flows freely. Over there, you have that spot, but that's still backed off the fence a bunch. And then you got the Edgar's Cantina and all of that. And that little spot up there, man, I don't know. It'll probably play better on TV, man, but I don't know. I was looking at it. I was like, the fan experience ain't going to be quite the same. But, hey, Seattle will show out. They'll do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. We'll get into a little more of that here in a second. And to actually, before we close out and get into the other stuff, what was I? Oh, snap. I had something. I forgot. I'll think of it when we get back to the MLB part. There's something about oh yeah. How about so they got MLB has 2 years, almost, well, a year and a few months or whatever to get at us and help them fix the All-Star game like we already did in a previous episode around All-Star game. So hopefully they're taking some notes, and then reach out to us by then so we could fix it for them and make sure it goes down correctly in our hometown of Seattle at T-Mobile Park.
Yeah, you got to do it right. You got to have the good fan experience, man. I mean, the world is watching.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show, y'all. We'd appreciate it. We need some more reviews and some more subscriptions on there. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family. Follow me on Twitter at Stix015 and follow this guy, Nos Big Homie, at homie_anonymous.
You should do it.
We out there for the people, man. We've been on Twitter a lot recently. I was on there this whole week talking a little baseball. Homie's got his homie hardline power rankings out there for y'all. We want to find out what your power rankings are for the NFL. So yeah, get on that. Hit that subscribe, rate, and review the show for us. We'd appreciate it.
That's what's up. Where India at? Is India in the house? Is India in la casa?
Don't let India outdo you all, man. India's on fire right now, and with the sports fix with Stix and a Nos Big Homie, man. They love they love their sports talk over there.
All right, the final score.
All right, homie, let's get into it, brother. Just a little quick couple notes for y'all. UFC 266 went down on Saturday. I was at the Trap. I didn't get to see it, which irritates me. All three headline fights that we talked about, Alexander the Great Volkanovski retained his title. Valentina Bullet Shevchenko, easy 1,500 favorite. We've talked about Mark Sudic and I, the guru. Mark Sudic and I talk about the lines in UFC, how when they're like that, they're that for a reason. She retained her belt, and then the return of Nate Diaz and Robbie Ruthless Lawler. Lawler was the favorite at 135, and he got the dub in that. So good card. It was good fights from what I seen and what I could tell.
I don't know, man. I heard a little chatter about UFC, man. I heard the women like the favorite, the Bullet. Like she was holding the chick up, like she could have knocked her out mad times, and she just prolonged the fight. And I don't know what all the beef was behind it, but apparently she was carrying the chick, like she had her knocked out a whole bunch of times and just carried her. So I didn't see it. That's a little chatter I heard. I don't necessarily know, but hey, until they get paid right, my stance on it.
Uh-oh. Don't get them started, folks. Don't get them started. Hey, NHL season, brother. Almost here. What do we got? Like 2 weeks left till the regular season approaches. And the Kraken are underway. They pulled out another victory last night, so I think they're 2-1 on the preseason right now.
2-1.
2-1. And I know Nos Big Homie's excited for this hockey season and some little Snoqualmie casino action. And if y'all know what we're talking about, a little wagering. The Nos Big Homie's a hockey guru, so just to make sure you guys get a heads up, you're gonna want to hear his takes on these.
I just hope the Climate Pledge Arena, formerly Key Arena, is gonna be ready to roll, because that first game they played in Spokane, I mean, that looked like JV on TV. It was hard to watch. The spectacle wasn't there. And then I tuned in to game 2 and I watched for a little while and then watched the game last night. So, Canada, they know how to do it. They played Edmonton game 2 and lost that one, and then came back and won last night versus Calgary. And, Calgary and all the Canadians are back in full effect. They're hyped up. The NHL season is right in front of us, running the same race alongside the NBA, which is also coming, all kind of news popping up. We just want them to put a good, nice, clean, hefty, winning, prospect-filled product onto the ice. That's what we want from the Kraken.
Yeah. Ready to go. It's exciting. Speaking of NBA, homie, whoa, your boy Ben Simmons still refuses to report to training camp. So I saw this the other day. No shot, no play, and they forfeit half their salary. So remember we were talking about the Brooklyn Nets, probably the Knicks, and then the Golden State Warriors, how they have to have vaccination to play, right? Mm-hmm. So Andrew Wiggins is a Golden State player, as you know, and I just saw he's forfeit half his salary for the season because he's only going to be able to play half the games because he can't play home games.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This seems kind of wild. There's got to be some kind of moderation that happens with this thing. But then again, what kind of moderation could you really have if these are already state and,
arena
county laws that are already in place for everything that transcends everything? This is like plays. This is everything. So if you're out there and you're performing in some way, the state or the county or what have you has already made jurisdiction on what needs to happen for these people. And the NBA just can't override that. And they have already come out and said, well, they're not going to break the law. So what does that mean for these players, right? So you know who's already the wildest one. You already said Andrew Wiggins, but you know who's the wildest boy? Kyrie Irving. You know he's got something to say. You know he's got something to say. He didn't even show up to the first level media day because he's not allowed, right? Because he's already
can't even practice with the team, right?
Not if they in the proximity, in that general area that's already restricted. No. So what, they gonna move practice to Connecticut for him? I don't even know where it opens up at. But but the whole thing is super crazy. Kyrie's on another one like he always is. I just don't understand this shit. I'll tell you straight up. Man, what the hell is wrong with y'all in this damn shot business? So you guys, it's that big of a conspiracy theory that all your other teammates is all on this because the mission is to get this bag, get to the money, and win this title.
Right.
You, the one lone holdout, okay, for whatever team you're talking about, for whatever reasons you have, you don't want to get this vaccination just to say you did and be done with it and call it a day. It just seems stupid to me. I mean, if these dudes are not I don't want to talk bad about the dudes themselves, but the decisions are stupid because look at who you're talking about. You're talking about the Nets, who have everybody talking about they got the potential to do anything. Yep. And then you got the comeback Warriors who just had everything not too long ago, lost it due to a bunch of injuries, and they want to get back into that thing. They haven't been full strength since, so they're ready. And then this little fool talking about this, he's up out of there. To be honest, man, I would trade all these dudes, man. You know how much compromising and stuff they got to do with hotels and staying arrangements and all. Dude, this is a
traveling arrangements.
It's a whole thing. These dudes, I couldn't even be on a team with one of them cats, man.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't understand it either, homie. It's like, do you want to win a championship or do you not want to win a championship? Isn't that why you play the game, to win a championship? But you're gonna let this shot is gonna derail your chances. I mean, what good are you to a team if you're only gonna play half the season and then playoffs come around? You can't play the playoff games. It's not going away anytime soon. So, I mean, you're right.
Even if you're a dumbass, right, and you don't care nothing about winning championships, you just so happen to be good at basketball, right? Why would you want to give your bread back?
Yeah.
That's the smallest thing, a part of it. I'd be like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. How much bread y'all talking about? Hey, send somebody over here to give me a shot.
Yeah.
Right down now.
40 million, I think, is what Wiggins is giving up. Jimmy Christmas. You got any fantasy football updates for these people? Because I am the worst fantasy football player in the world, brother. So, I can report that the anonymous squad, homie in the house, picked up his first win. And it's sad to say, there's absolutely no celebrating happening in regards to this, okay? Because if you look at the average score and what's happened, I've been completely decimated by injuries. I'm like a GM. I'm like the GM of the 49ers last year. I've just been completely decimated with injuries, man. So I'm streaming everything. I'm streaming defenses. I'm streaming quarterbacks. I'm just trying to make something work because
I got a bunch of guys that are just underperforming. I don't know what's your situation. I know what your situation is, but I don't know what your opinion of the situation is, because I think I just took my first win versus the boss's lady.
Oh, yeah.
The boss's lady.
Hey, you knocked down one of the girls that were undefeated, so I like that. Let's go.
Hey, yeah. But see, the women are still balling though. You still got 3 of them undefeated. What's going on here?
Yeah, you got Steve's wife, Angela. She's undefeated. And then Corey's wife, Jen, she got her first loss last week, 2-1. The anonymous wife is 2-1. And then I'm holding down the fort at 0-3, baby. I think I lost by like 8 points last week. So,
yo, you got work to do, bro. You've only scored 288, man. Hey, you look. I thought I was decimated. I didn't even look at that until just right now. You know what I mean? Points scored. You got to, we got to figure something out, man.
I'm by far the least. Aaron Rodgers is going to make that comeback. I need him to score like 50 every week.
Got to do something. Got a good matchup this week.
Anything else you got for the previous week stuff you want to chat about before we get into some baseball and some NFL, brother?
No, man, because, hey, I'm ready for this baseball situation. It's getting hype, you know what I mean? I'm ready to go at it like Machado and Tatis, you know what I mean? I'm ready to get it in real quick, start grabbing bats and getting each other's face with it. Let's go.
New to thisisfunner.com.
Welcome to Bad Ideas.
Since we both agree it most likely is a horrible idea that will fail and get us all arrested.
It's like Shark Tank.
This is exactly not like Shark Tank in that we're all poor.
Were they good or bad?
The website called Feedish.
Idiot darts.
LDE Lap Dance Express. Bad Ideas, the show that's been produced on a napkin. This is funner.
You're listening to your weekly sports fix with Stix.
All right, well, let's go. Go Mariners is what I want to say, man.
That's right. So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance, baby. I don't know who that was back in, I don't know, when was that? The end of May when
some fool.
When someone said, and I quote, Mariners won't sniff 500 again. Yeah, I don't know who that was. I don't know who that was either. Wow. I'm good at eating that crow pie, so I believe that was me. But I stand corrected, dog. I stand corrected.
The hype has already started. Now, this isn't like 116 wins type of hype, but the hype has already started. I'm already getting called random texts from people talking about Go Mariners. I'm like, okay, let's pull this off. Sneak in there. Let's sneak in there. Let's make something happen for the city.
You know what else too is the Astros haven't even locked up the division yet. The Mariners with lots of luck could sneak into the division winner, bro. Yep. That's crazy. Half a game out of the wild card, like you said, it's always Boston and New York, right?
Always.
New York and Boston, New York, coming down to the wire. One of those teams that get in, hopefully not both of those teams. And then the Mariners can squeak in there one way or another. 19 games above 500, 1 win away from 90. That's wild. I mean, 90 wins is pretty damn good.
Yes, sir.
So, we'll see. And the NL playoff teams are already locked up. San Francisco, Milwaukee, Dodgers, St. Louis, just waiting on that Atlanta Philly division to see who pulls that up.
Mm-hmm.
So, wild times in the weekend. That's what baseball's all about. The long seasons, ups and downs, and winning streaks and losing streaks. It's just like the Cardinals. What they win 17 in a row, bro?
That's that was going to be my point. I was just there, you know what I mean? So I saw what goes down. It just seems like they're just hot at the right time. And sometimes that's what it's all about, right? You got to finish that season. And it looks like that they're out there really trying to finish this season. They're going hard. I was in the house and to see Mitch Haniger go yard twice. And on the second one, he's in the box. And I go, he's hitting this out. Okay. to the peanut gallery. Yeah, to the peanut gallery. I'm already standing up. What do you know? just like that. And it was real. So, I mean, I'm looking at, I don't know any of these names out here. When I see a dude named Ty France, I'm like, okay, well, look, they're throwing in the towel. But something has already happened with this squad because they're either gelling together and the scheme and the way that they're deciding to play or what's happening, everybody's just clicking at the right time. It's just good, man, because, I mean, look, you got who we always talk about, the Yankees and the Red Sox. They're in the mix. They're still trying to decide what goes on. One of them's going to be in and one of them's going to be out the way I see it. It's just going to be one of them, not both of them. It's just going to be one of them because then you have you got the Mariners out there and then you got Toronto. I mean, if you got one odd man out, it's two odd men out. That's what's sad. Because I want Toronto to get in too, but that would mean the Yankees and both would have to fall off. So a lot of stuff has to happen right now. Everybody, I told my wife last night, the Mariners just need to keep winning, and everybody else keeps losing. That's what it boils down to.
Well, Yankees play. They have. Let's see. They play Tampa Bay to close out the weekend. Boston plays at Washington to close out the weekend. Toronto plays Baltimore to close out the weekend. So the Mariners need some help, and the Mariners close out with Anaheim start tomorrow on Friday. So there's no reason why the Mariners shouldn't sweep the Angels. No Ohtani, shut him down for not pitching anyways. So no Ohtani's not pitching, and he's still got a hit. So that could be a challenge for the Mariners. I mean, they shut him down so far, I believe this season. So it's going to be interesting to find out how that weekend goes. But it sounds like people are getting hyped. I know I am. I know you are. But we need some help from Baltimore, Washington, and Tampa Bay, baby.
89 wins, G. I mean, if they were in the National League East, they'd be first place to lock up the division.
Hey,
okay? This is you can chalk this up as a win. And see, you know what? I think this is a bad thing for the Mariners. You can't have what they currently have and have this level of success. You know what I mean? It doesn't lend to the stuff to keep going. Just like with the A's, it never extends. They have a good run, but they don't have longevity every single year. That means they don't go out and get the big name. They don't go hard in free agency and this kind of thing. They just keep bubbling the farm club, which, you know, if you've seen the reports nowadays about farm club life and how they're complaining now about living arrangements and all of this, it's all bad down there. So, but aside from that, you know, if that's the way they choose to do it, we just gonna have the same level of product being put on the field and just hope that we get these results. We would love to see big names. And I've said this before, I sound like a broken record because I keep saying it, but I don't know how you get the big names because they don't go for them. Right.
And I wonder if this will help them out a little bit with the 89 wins. Talk about rebuilding.
You would think that maybe this says we just need another piece or we need another two pieces, you know what I mean, on the mound and, you know, but with the bat, that we need a couple pieces because look where we would have been if we would have did it. But I don't know. They might just, I don't know. I just hope for the best, man. Put a good product on the field. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Before we get into, do you have another all-star hot take, or did you already throw that out to the people early?
No, man. I mean, to be honest with you, man, that's really it. Because, I mean, I just looked at the stadium, man. And, I mean, it's 400 dead center with the eye out there, right? So the only seating for that could be, you know, home run, accessible seating in left is that I don't even know. It's only one section.
Yeah,
I mean, it's long. It's pretty long, right? It's probably, I don't know, what would you say? Probably 6 or 7 sections across, maybe. Right. But it's only like, you know, it's only one deep. Well, it's only one level deep. There's no second level or nothing like that. And then you got all the standing room onlys, and then and when you move around to right, and how many power hitters are from the left-hand side that we could see in the Derby? And it was only pertaining to the Derby. I think with as far as putting on a actual all-star game product, the visibility of downtown through the overhead in that one aisle, the same aisle we're talking about over left center, where you could see the, you know, the wheel of Seattle and the needle and all of that and the buildings in the background. It's amazing. They can blow up. I've been there for major events before. You already alluded to being there for 01 in the situation, so they can put on a good show. We know that. I'm just only speaking about the home run situation because
for the fans,
that the fans love to pack and compound these areas for that reason. And if they still on the ushers is still on their bullshit, you can't just roll up there and just post up. The only place you can really post up is out there on the porch, out there in the on the patio.
Yeah.
And so everybody's crammed up in there. That's
still in center field. It's still going to be a shot. And when these guys are hitting their home runs, they're trying to pull that to left or right, center, right center, left field, right field. So, but yeah, man, looking forward to that. That's awesome. I agree with you 100%. It's going to be interesting to see what, how that all pans out. A couple years down the road, we'll be ready.
So the MVP, they just give it to Showtime and then call it a day, or is Vladdy's Triple Crown situation is that sway anybody, or is everybody just wildly amused by what's going on with Showtime?
Well, I don't know if we talked about this. I think we did. Vladdy and Salvador sneaking up in there too for the MVP chat, I believe. 47 homers for Salvi and 46 for Vladdy, and Showtime stuck on 45 for I think he just hit his 45th the other day. But I don't think you can get it to not give it. I don't want to say give it to Shohei because he definitely deserves it. But I think we talked about this. Are you going to give it to him for the next 10 years that he's in the league pitching and hitting? I don't
know.
He stays healthy. So I'd like to see Vladdy or Salvi grab this one this year, even though I don't, disagree with Shohei being the MVP, with what he's done. I just don't know how MLB comes back and says, okay, well, he did this year. He's going to do the same. If he does the same thing again next year, he's just going to be an MVP for the next 10 years.
Right. So, but this is what I say. If the Blue Jays miraculously get in.
Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. Preg is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
It's undeniable. You can't not give it to Vlad Jr. You can't. That's where I say the line is. If they get in, and you're talking about an Angels team that's under 500, if the Blue Jays get into the playoffs, sneak into the wild card situation, it's undeniable. I don't give a damn what Showtime did, to be honest with you. I'm keeping it 100% real with you. Yes, that was amazing. Yes, it was a great story, all-star game and throughout the season and all of that, playing both sides. But come on, man. The dude is like Triple Crown numbers right now, and they're on the verge of getting in. I can go out and do some what's my man used to play for the White Sox, used to play all 9 positions. Okay, I can't remember. Steve something. But
Steve Lyons?
Steve Lyons.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go. Let's go, Steve Lyons. Okay, look, I could go out there and do some Steve Lyons type shit. Okay, does that mean I'm the MVP if I'm mediocre at over half of you understand?
Right. Yeah.
And my team is garbage? No, man, I want to be on a team that matters, you know what I mean, or at least in the mix. You got to be in the mix to get MVP when you're doing comparisons, because that means you're truly valuable, man.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Anonymous Big Homie. All right. Let me see. You want to get into some NFL?
Hey, we could tackle it right now, man. let's get into it. I mean, no pun intended with the tackling.
Now back to your weekly sports fix with Stix.
Let's go. Y'all know what it is. We're back in the house. This is Sports Fix with Stix and the anonymous big homie. You guys know. Hit us up. Join this conversation about this NFL business, man. You want to talk a little shit to us? Tell us where we're not nailing it. You should fade all of our picks. Let us know. I love the smoke. I need the smoke. I want the smoke. Okay, we're out here though. But see, and all now, I don't know about you, but do you feel like you know a little something now after 3 weeks about some of these teams now where, a lot of the COVID stuff, the injury situation, these rookie quarterbacks, do you feel like you know a little bit more than you did preseason now?
Yeah, for real. I think we talked a little bit about this last week, how we were kind of rolling in to week 3. We had a little bit more tell on some of these teams. And I think I have more to add to that, a little more facts or a little more information that I pulled up when we get into like the power rankings.
Okay.
Excuse me, for some of these teams. So, but yeah, I definitely see, I think we have a echelon of some, and I know you do your power rankings 1 through 32. So you have all of them written down. I haven't got that far yet. I just do my top 10, but I see where your list is going, or I can feel where your list is going. So you have a good view of your bottom tier teams. And I think that's where I'm at this point as well.
And that's what this is what I've noticed is that the back 5, 6, shit, damn it, I don't know, maybe 7 is so far behind the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
They're bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we was both over here. I think we both were trying to give the Jets some kind of love. We were trying to. We were trying to toss them free love. Okay? And you got to face facts at some point. Right? And it just all bad. So I had to ask myself, how much better are the Giants than Cincinnati in real life? Okay, when I had Cincinnati in the bottom 5 shit preseason, shit last year. Okay, now for a good reason last year. Okay, but shit, let's get into it. Let me know what. Tell me what you got. Let's go off yours first. For power ranking before we get into all of the foolishness that happened from week 3.
Yeah, so let me see here. Did I get this right? Oh, yep, I forgot to change it on here. But yeah, so after week 3, I moved your Rams up to number 1.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And just dropped Tampa Bay down to number 2. Moved Buffalo up to 3, Arizona up to 4, Green Bay up to 5. San Francisco stayed at 6, Dallas up to 7, Cleveland stayed at 8, put the Raiders up to 9, and I popped Cincinnati up there into number 10, and let me tell you why.
Go ahead. Hey, when you do, I know you got something for me, but when you do, after you do that, let the people know the perspective again, how you come up with your power ranking as it compares to the opponents for the upcoming week. Hit them with that so they be reminded.
Okay, yeah. So the top 10 is how I feel these teams are playing at this current moment and who they are going to be playing in the following game as well. So going into week 4 is this week. So Cincy, I looked at, first of all, if you look at the top 10 teams, there's a lot of wins against, let's see, Detroit, Philly, KC, who we don't know who they are, Houston, right?
Yeah.
Miami, Washington football team, Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
And then you go into the undefeated teams a team like a Denver, who's only played the Giants, Jacksonville, and the Jets. I don't feel that they're worthy of getting that top 10 spot yet because they haven't played anybody, right?
Yeah.
And since he has played Minnesota, who's done very well this year, I mentioned Chicago, but they did lose to Chicago, but they did beat Pittsburgh, another one of those teams that who knows what they're going to be about, right? So even after the first few weeks, I still don't think a lot of these teams have really been challenged, with the exception of, the Rams and Tampa Bay played, correct? Yep. So, and then Buffalo, again, I have them up there to 3 just because I feel that they're a solid team from last year rolling in this year. They're going to be all right throughout the year, but still they've only played, Pittsburgh, Miami, and the Washington football team. So if I'm going through, all right, so that's my power rankings, homie. I had the Rams, Tampa Bay, Buffalo, Arizona, Green Bay, San Francisco, Dallas, Cleveland, Raiders, and Cincy.
And I see how you go about it, because it's matchup based. Now, for me, what I tried to do, and I've been trying to get my education up. And as far as this goes, if I'm going to be at the counter and giving them my money, I want to make sure that I'm on the right side. So my power ranking is pretty much all based on points above average.
Yeah, so, you get some tech shit in this thing.
Yeah, I got to rank all the teams. And I've been doing this. This is year 2, I believe. So last year was the first year that I tried to maintain it. So you pretty much got the easiest thing is you got your 32 teams, and then you got your middle ground. That's your team that would be even against, a comparable team, right? That's your average squad. And then your number 1 team, of course, is the best team. You have to determine how much better they are versus the middle of the pack team. And then, of course, how much worse the 32nd team is versus the middle of the pack team. That's how I try to do it. So when I look at some of these losses, some of mine go into, did they cover? Okay. Was it one of those, did they not cover on some 50-50 overtime fumble type situations and things like this, right? So that way I don't penalize people for who they are, because again, if you're not who I think you are, it's going to come up in the power rankings as you move on. And I've come to find out I'm getting pretty good at this, because when I look at some of the matchups and I'll give my spread, okay, I have Jacksonville, talking about tonight's game, I have Jacksonville 5.5 points worse than the average team going up against Cincinnati. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good example because I have them both horrible. Oh, my fault. Hey, my fault. All right. I was on the wrong week. I don't know why my pad was on week 2. But anyway, so I have Cincinnati 4 points worse than an average team, and Jacksonville 7 points worse than the average team. 3 points difference. That's what I would have the spread be. And then you would give Cincinnati a couple of points for home field, right? So I would be looking at my spread would be, if I was making the line, would be 5.5, we would say, right? Maybe 6.5 if I gave 3 for home field, if Cincinnati had the most righteous home field. So anyway, that's the methodology into going to it. So I could tell if my Vegas line is legitimate or where I got an angle at. So that's the way that my power rank sets up. So I still will keep, even though Tampa Bay got smacked by the Rams, there's nothing that leads me to believe that they won't come back a very next game or the following next game and beat a team by a touchdown. Okay, there's nothing that tells me that they can't do that from week to week. All right, so that's why they're still number 1. And they did get downgraded a point, because I had them 8 points better than a normal team, than an average team earlier. So they did come down, just not below the Rams at number 2, Buffalo at number 3, which I would at this point call them both even, both 6 points behind an average team. Kansas City's the problem, man. I just don't know what they are at this point. I mean, we got some storylines that'll come up that we'll have some talking points about those guys, but they look like they're taking a step back. So if they look like they're taking a step back, then come on, their power rankings gotta reflect that they're not beating teams in the same fashion they used to. So, and to round it out, number 5, I got Green Bay there. and Cleveland. They're both pretty much the same team to me, the way I see it. So you could flip-flop either one of those. Number 7, I got Dallas moving up. Number 8, Arizona. San Francisco, of course, downgraded. I think they got downgraded a full point. And then Tennessee was up. Tennessee and Baltimore, I pretty much have like damn near even. But you just can't be in a close game with the Lions like that from Baltimore and me look at it the same way, especially. And I had to look at, Hollywood Brown dropped dropped 3 bombs that were touchdowns, easy in that game. But still, you lost. My man Goof got you, the way I see it. Just like Minnesota, they haven't lost. You know what I'm saying? Them first 2 games were straight coin flips, G. And that's gonna come out. That's gonna come out this week. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rudy. You know what I'm saying? Be on upset alert. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this. Let's get into this. So right now we've still got the undefeated teams being the Rams 3-0, Arizona. They're matching up this week, so that will not stay the same. Carolina still holding tight 3-0. Are they real or not? I don't know. Vegas. Now here we go. Vegas and the Denver Broncos at 3-0. Who in there is your biggest pretender out of the undefeateds?
Yeah, I think. Again, like I was looking at Carolina too, they played the Jets, New Orleans, and Houston, right?
Yeah.
And their defense is top-ranked defense. So, they are undefeated, but then they play Dallas this week. So that's going to be a good matchup for them, right? You want to see how they come out when they play at Dallas. Could move them into the top 10 with a win. Definitely, I'd move them up into the top 10 more than likely. Like I said, we already referenced Denver. I don't know about them. I'd like to hear Aaron Jones's Broncos fan analysis on that. But then they play Baltimore this week, so they're going to get tested, right? And then the Vegas, they played that Monday night game versus Baltimore. Then they played Pitt and then also Miami. So out of those teams, I would probably have to say Denver at this point. No, like we always talk about, I want to give Teddy Two Gloves some love, and I'm not hating on Teddy Two Gloves right now. I like Teddy. He's a good guy. He's a good player. He brings some emotion to the team, and he's a winner for everything he's been through. So I'd say Denver on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I'm going to keep it right here where we're familiar. I think Arizona's the biggest pretender out of all of them. You look at what this division is, okay? Are they that much better than they have been in the past, okay? And you're going to find out reasons why a little bit later. But I would think that they are. The reason why I say that is because Vegas had some pretty emotional wins and shit that happened to them, and they're 3-0, and they've maintained through all of that drama in winning those games. Denver's pretty much walked a little bit, but they've done what they have to do. And they had 2 road games, if I'm not mistaken. This is their second home game right here. Okay. So you still got to come see Denver at home and play up there. So I think that they're solid. And to be honest with you, in Carolina's position, I don't think that they're pretenders. I just think that they just got some early wins. Yeah, they are who we thought they were. Let's take a look back. Not too long ago, we had Carolina.
Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. Preg is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
We had them under, well, I had them as an under team for the win total. Well, yeah, I had them scratched out for the win total as an under. So they're just getting them early wins that they probably should get. I don't think that they're maybe over, overplaying, winning some a little bit better, but they haven't had McCaffrey. He's been hurt here and there. So we're gonna have to see, man. But hey, what we're finding out is I don't know about you, man, but all of this hype about the rookie quarterback class, man, is starting to weigh on me. To me, they look like the worst ever first round set of quarterbacks I've ever seen. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't do any better last week after we talked about them the week before, going into week 3.
This is where all the hype is. Okay. So Zach Wilson can't throw a touchdown yet. Okay.
Yeah, 0.
It's all bad. Okay. For every touchdown that Trevor Lawrence throws, he throws an interception.
Or
okay.
3.
So I mean, it's just rough. I mean, Mac Jones, he got humbled a little bit last week. And I mean, that's going to show against some of these teams because that was New Orleans. And I mean, I don't know if they got outplayed so much, but that youth shows out. And Justin Fields is just like, hey, I don't even know. That just looks like a bad move now for the wrong team. Yeah, I mean, the coaching is not right. They don't have it set up for him to win. I mean, how does that look? He looks so horrible. He looks like he doesn't even have opportunity. He looked like Sam Darnold looked when he was seeing ghosts, bro.
For real, though, you're right. He did, with that, one passing yard in that game on Sunday against Cleveland. I mean, he was sacked 9 times. So, I mean, that doesn't help your passing yards at all. So, I mean, you're right. Trey Lance is looking at the situation in San Francisco thinking, that's probably good. I'm getting a little more extra practice time before I get thrown to the wolves, with all these other quarterbacks. But Trey Lance in San Francisco might be the savior for the face of these rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem to be any relief from all of that. I mean, it just looks like, from the field situation, it literally looks like the coaching is horrible. Like, I'm just going to feed you in a spoon. Like when you have a kid in a high chair and they got the little Gerber graduates and they, and you put it in their mouth. You're spoon feeding Justin Fields to Myles Garrett last week. It was all bad. There was no like, oh, we're going to adjust the line play, the defense for the line. And we're going to double team Myles Garrett for the rest of the game. And whatever happens, happens. No, there wasn't none of that. It was just bang over and over, hit after hit after hit. And I don't know. That just wasn't good. So I think he's the sacrificial lamb who's going to want to get out.
Yeah.
He wished he was Trey Lance right now because the spot's not good for him with that team, man. But shoot, hey, we'll talk about the most recent game first since you watched it. I was at the Mariners game, but Monday night's game versus Dallas had a little drama going into it because damn first round draft pick lineman got busted for, I don't know, trying to bribe the damn urine sample person. I don't even know for a drug test and got stone cold busted by trying to, I don't know, what did he offer? I mean, what did he offer?
Yeah. What do you offer? How does that work? I mean, you just say, hey man, how about I give you 100,000 and you just say, here you go. I mean, what is that?
How did you broach that conversation though? I mean, what makes you believe that this person might fall for that?
Right.
I had to have some kind of inkling that this person would take whatever I'm offering to doctor up my whiz.
Heard it through the grapevine. Someone else told me this, that you done this before. I bet you that guy's the sampler guy is like, yo, what the hell are you trying to throw me under the bus for? Or, he's got hella anxiety thinking the feds are going to come after him now, thinking that he's done this before now. You know what I'm saying? So Lyle Collins or whatever his name is, he threw the drug sampler guy under the bus and put him in a bad situation.
Man, that's what I'm saying. He's just trying to do his thing, man. He's just trying to do his thing. And now you put me in just a precarious situation right now. But anyway, the Dallas came out and did what they were supposed to do, regardless of all of that foolishness going on. And they beat a division rival in the Philly. Did you pick up anything from that game aside from I'm about to be pissed off because, the Manning cast is on hiatus for 3 weeks? I mean, what else did you get out of the actual game itself?
And that's the thing about the Manning cast is when you're watching it, you kind of really takes away from like the actual game that you're trying to watch, so because you're so entertained by Peyton and Eli and the guests. So it's hard to say, but from what I can remember and what I saw, is, that it seems that Philly's not ready. Jalen Hurts isn't ready. They don't
the numbers though.
Put up some garbage time numbers, right? I don't have a whole lot on that, to be honest. I can't remember right now off the top of my head.
Well, you say, all right, so from watching the game, can you say that Dallas is real? Am I wrong? You know what I'm saying? Or can I be right on this one now? Or is it still wait and see?
Yeah, no, your fandom for the Dallas Cowboys, is legit because, even with all the issues they started out, with at the beginning where Zeke wasn't getting touches and, who knows how Dak's going to play, but, Dak coming out of that coming off that injury last year, you can't be mad at him to put on a show. I think he's, definitely playing above better expectations than what maybe he even had for himself. He's controlling the game. He's making the right plays. It's good for him when he gets the RPO and he keeps it and runs to the outside and slides. Good for him. Not trying to get an extra yard, playing a little safe, keeping your team in it. So good leader from Dak, but I think they're going to be a contender. I don't know what we had him at over under or what I had him at. I'm guessing I probably said under whatever wins it was. But they're playing well. And I think that we both have them in the top 10 for a reason, because I think they're both, I think they're going to play, put on a show.
Yeah, for sure, man. I got one more little tidbit on this Manning cast situation. In a minute, I think that Eli and Peyton situation is going to turn into like Shaq, Charles, Kenny, and Ernie. In a minute, players are not going to want to hear or be on Monday Night Football because Peyton's going to be ripping everybody. Coach, quarterback, decision-making. Okay, they're going to be like, oh, Peyton said I should have had that one. You know what I mean? I missed a guy who was wide open and I missed a read. Yeah, this might be some beef situation. Just like Shaq has little beefs with guys because he be telling them to suck it up and play hard and dunk on people and whatever the bullshit he says.
Right.
This could be the same thing, man. I think that's a cool addition, like I've said, to what they have going on. Let's get into some of the shenanigans that went on in week 3 real quick, because apparently referees still don't know how to act, man. Or I don't know if they don't know how to act or they don't know how to do their jobs. I'm going to save what happened in Seattle to you, but real quick, though, my man Goof got jobbed, bro. Yo, the Ravens are running down clearly. I'm sitting there watching it live, Red Zone live, which is already late, but you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The clock is down to 0, man. That play shouldn't even have got off for a 66-yard field goal attempt. I'm sitting up there going, oh, where's the flag? And then they snapped the ball. Literally,
delay game hit 0?
Seconds. Yeah, man, it was legitimately 2 seconds. The clock was at 0 before they snapped the ball, and they let that shit slide. I jumped up off the couch because I saw it, and I was like, yo, they got jobbed. And the next thing you know, boom, pass, okay, to get them up there. And then guess what happens? Yeah, a little historical event jumps off. Justin Tucker doing Justin Tucker type things. 66 yards off the crossbar, okay, which means he had momentum on this kick because it bounced off the crossbar and over into the net. Nothing but net. Heavyweight 66-yard field goal puts them in the record books, man. But I just think that they got jobbed, man. And I haven't heard anybody come back, because we all know that when they talk about the delay of game call, it's like when the refs see 0-0, and then when they decide to grab their whistle is the amount of time that you get.
Yeah.
So, so I haven't heard anything, crazy about them apologizing or anything, but that's a flawed system, man. And it's messed up. Fucking with my boy Goofy, already in a bad situation. He's playing his damn heart out here. Okay. I'm still backing my boy Goof. My wife was like, man, why you still talking about Goof? I say, he's still my boy. I ain't gonna leave him out there. He's good. You know what I'm saying? He's got the motivation. He's got the game, man. But what's up with these refs in this situation, man?
Yeah, well, again, it seems like the PI calls that are getting called, and I'll get into the Seattle one real quick, but I did see a couple on Sunday night, San Francisco, Green Bay. If I remember correctly, there was I think there was one over the middle that it looked like a targeting, but then again, after watching it, I think he hit him with the shoulder.
Yeah. Another one you're talking about.
Yeah, so that one, but excuse me, there was another one in there where it seems like, a lot of these PI calls are just kind of either phantom PI calls or a no call that should be called, and they can't seem to find a happy median. There's something on Twitter, umpire that they put on for MLB umpires.
Hell yeah.
Show the strike zone and how great they are at their job, right? So I hope I can find an NFL one of percentage of flag of calls and no calls, because that would be sick to find out. Because I know there were two in the Seattle game, and not just because I'm a Seattle fan.
Okay.
But there were the last two plays in the third down and fourth down. The third down, I believe, was to or maybe it was second, third. But anyways, one of them was to DK Metcalf. And DK jumped, and the guy grabbed his arm. And I remember this because I was watching. I was like, whoa, what the hell? I think I even texted you. But yeah, I was at the trap trying to watch it at the same time. But grabbed his arm, and there was a no call on that one. And then the final throw, where I think it was to Pennyhart in the end zone. I thought it was Lockett for example, but I think it was Pennyhart in the end zone. There were three defensive guys around him, and I think all three of them hit him before the ball even got there, even though it was one of Russ's 25 long bomb, high fly to the moon balls or whatever. But it looked like he got touched too. And that's not just because I'm a Seattle fan. It just looks like these refs are missing a lot of these calls. They'll call them early in the game. Maybe they're just not calling them late in the game. Could be maybe the way they do things. But either way, I mean, when it's that obvious, blatant, that you would think that the new replay system where they have someone upstairs, maybe they should be able to communicate that and be like, okay, well, this is what we saw. Maybe, you can't throw a flag late, but you need to be paying attention to, next time, make sure we get it right. But there's no feedback on that, right? So who knows? No, like you said, no apologies. So
that's what I'm saying, man. It's kind of wild that they do all of this in order to try to get the call right, when I mean, they should literally have a booth of other refs that are watching the game back in real time, like immediately run it back and send the word down to them and go, yo, that call don't stand. That was a shoulder, or you know what I mean? Or the nuances, because if you want to get it right, you going to catch these complaints or you're going to get it right. Right. I'd rather everybody be mad because I got it right than mad because I got it wrong. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's one of those things, but it's a lot of wild stuff went on, man. And from the shenanigans, the Rams handled their business versus Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks. And I'm still telling everybody, pump the brakes on the Rams right now, because like I said, the Rams were able to maneuver on the Buccaneers last year. They held Tom Brady down last year. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that Tom Brady was Earl Campbell out here. He's leading his team in rushing. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was for just a 14 yards. But, I mean, you try to tell me Fournette and the rest of these cats they got back there, Gio Bernard, who took a vicious hit. I thought his life was gone. It can't muster up any more than 14 yards or what's going on out here.
Yeah, I mean, I think your Los Angeles Rams defense was pretty damn solid, and I know that we were all over this game. I know with our plays, I mean, there was no doubt in my mind that the Rams were gonna pull that off. So that looked good. And you know what, too, a real quick Brady note. I don't know if I sent this to you or not. I just realized Brady can become the all-time leading passer on Sunday.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I heard that too. Yeah.
68 yards is all he needs to pass Drew Brees.
Hey, then the props are already out there. How long is the record breaker going to be? I've already peeped it out. I was going to shoot them to you. What quarter will it happen in? Oh, yeah,
right.
it's already going down. And I'm going to take another good look, and we're gonna huddle up on this and see if we got anything on this, man. But shit, man. I mean, this weekend, who got it?
Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. Preg is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's not really a heavyweight this weekend who got it, to be honest with you, because it's just a little chatter. Your boy, my boy and everybody's boy, Gerald Everett, he's on the list. Okay, tight end for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And his was a straight positive test, not for, protocol or, being around somebody, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But also this week, news from the Horseshoe. Jim Irsay put it out in the world that he don't trust Carson Wentz. Okay, now when I first heard this, I was like, well, shit. I mean, who breaks both of their ankles on one play? I mean, yeah, I don't trust him neither. But
Bro's walking around in two boots, dude. I've never seen that before.
The double boot. Yo, that's like that's when you go get the rascal scooter and you just roll around. Because I mean, how do you rehab the situation? But anyway, clearly he's not too bad because he was back out there. But the reason why he said he sucks because he ain't vaxxed. He said he don't trust him. He don't trust him because he ain't vaxxed and he sucks. Now, when you tell a player that he sucks, you must be into you. Okay, I think he's trying to get this check. Okay, he's trying to get this reality money check because if you remember, they're doing a mid-season for the first ever time, Hard Knocks, and guess who's the stars? The Horseshoe. Indianapolis Colts.
That's right, bro.
I don't know when it starts.
Yeah, they just said mid-season, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be about what happens in the middle of the season. So when I'm sitting up here hearing Irsay, who got his own personal problems, okay, sitting up here talking about dude ain't vaxxed and he sucks and I don't trust him. Man, you think the Cowboys Hard Knocks was going to be live? HBO Max, here I come.
You got that another one of those streaming services. You got that one already?
You got to get that too. And luckily, I got that one free. AT&T. Shout out to AT&T for hooking people up with free HBO Max. Okay.
Nice.
But yo, hey, we got new faces, old faces in new places coming back, returning. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into, this week's set of games, man. Hey, your boy, the predicate, you know what I'm saying? The predicate one himself.
Yes.
Josh Gordon reinstated again, the annual Josh Gordon reinstatement.
Annual Josh Gordon reinstatement.
It's like a celebration. It's like Bobby Bonilla Day, bro.
It really is.
It's like
it really is, though.
You know what I'm saying? Every year, he come out, said that he's good, get a good contract, get signed up with a team, get a uniform, and he ready to go. And that damn shit lasts a week, 2 weeks, 6 weeks, tops. What's up, man?
And
you got first-hand knowledge.
He signed with the Chiefs practice squad. I think that's legit now, right? Like he actually signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know why. Well, maybe he's just chasing a ring and thinks that was his best bet. But the thing is, he needs to stay clean and be able to do that. I guess he's passed like the last 16 or 20 tests or whatever, so he's on the straight and narrow. But you're right; it's definitely the annual Josh Gordon reinstatement time. sit out, use a practice squad for a few weeks and see what happens, ever gets activated. Who knows? But good for him for still being out there trying to better himself, hopefully, and get with the team. So we'll see.
Hey, yo, one of the homies sent me a note and said, of course he went to the Kansas City Chiefs. Clearly, there's only one reason he would go to the Kansas City Chiefs, because this boy stayed chiefing. He stayed chiefing.
Oh,
it's only obvious that it's got to be the Chiefs. If you got a chief, blow that good weed. If that's the kind of stuff you do, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what he do, but I just know that's what people do. That's what the homie told me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna run with it. It was funny to me.
Hey.
And, you know what I'm saying? And another one from another former Seattle Seahawk and also a hated 49er at the same time. Is rearing his Comptonian dreads back in the NFL. It's the boy Rich. Richard Sherman is back. Got the call from Tom Brady and said,
himself,
"Hey, you happy now, bro? You happy now, bro?" Okay. So Sherman signs the contract, 1-year situation with the Tampa Bay, trying to help out that decimated secondary, man. What you think about that pickup?
Hey, good for him. Hopefully, he had that injury year in San Francisco or Seattle, then to San Francisco. He's, played with a couple injuries there as well. This will probably be good for him after all his off-field situation that he's in. Get into a team. He missed football a little bit. It probably led to a lot of the off-field issues when you do that your whole life and you don't get a chance to, you're sitting out, nobody's calling the phone and saying, "Hey, come try out." Brady picks up the phone and being saving Sherman in his own little way, says, "Hey, come join me. I know how good you are." Good for him. Look, definitely going to tune in, and is hopefully, I probably won't be in game shape for a couple weeks, I'm guessing, but you're right. The Tampa Bay DBs and are going down a dime a dozen, it seems like. So the first week they lost the one to a broken arm or elbow or some shit, and had a couple other injuries last week. So that's what he's there for. Waited just long enough and the right time to get into a good team. So good for sure.
Who knew that Tom Brady had homies, bro, like this? Because you remember how back in the day they used to talk about he's a Parcells guy. And it was like all of the guys who were like Parcells guys that would follow him as he went to, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Patriots, and all of this shit from after the Giants, right? Tom Brady got guys. How many people? Now, let's build the list real quick. Who all did he call when he went to Tampa Bay? So Gronk, he called. He called AB. Fournette, he got a job.
That's right.
No, Sue was Sue already there? Sue already might have been there.
Yeah, Sue was there.
Now Sherm.
But still, that's like 4, right? I mean, 4 players. You just pick up the phone and says, "Hey, you want to roll? Let's go."
Hey, you want a job? I'll get you in. I'll make sure your application gets to the top of the pile. G, that's real. Tom Brady is the plug. And hey, shout out to Tom Brady, man, for having homies like that, man. Because hey, every homie know, like the big homie know, there ain't nothing like a good homie. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a down homie with you, because look at what happens when they get in positions that bring you with them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we about to get into this, man. Talk about these games for this week. Shit, we still on it. But shoot, hey, where we at? I mean, because look, I put it out there in the Twitter world, man, that we made a miraculous comeback, man. 9 out of 12 wins to clean up some of the shenanigans that went on from week 1 and week 2. Put us back on the map. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for me experimenting with my college knowledge, man, it would probably be, and that little streak that we just went on, it would probably be all bad. But so far, we'll keep it real with the population. We're 22 wins, 31 down, and a push. So we're down a little piece of change. Don't worry about how many. You see how many units it is. You do the math.
That's right.
Okay. College football, we're up a unit. So, we're all good there. And
even hit the golf, baby.
Hey,
Homie
look,
threw out the Dustin Johnson.
Yo, Ryder Cup, it was going down. I had a hot tip. I was gonna go along with it. I had Koepka, Dustin Johnson, and Scheffler. Scheffler was the heavy underdog. I was given all three, and I was gonna do it. I didn't have the cajones, no balls, man. And I just went with Dustin Johnson, man, and we cleaned that one up. He was the heavy favorite, so I knew that one was good to go. So that helped out. But man, like we talked about at the top, man, we know a whole lot more than we knew a minute ago. You know what I'm saying? We know who's tragic. Pittsburgh, it's all bad. They only want to help Ben Roethlisberger get up after he gets thrown to the ground. So we know a lot more now. So we'll get into this, man. Do you want to do it like?
Hey, real quick before we get into that though, I do have to throw some shade on the I don't even know who he is, the Los Angeles Chargers kicker, because that cost us.
Oh yeah. Talk shit about him. Go ahead.
Yeah, that cost us another $60 at least on two missed extra points, not just one, but two
extra points.
We're
telling y'all extra points, y'all. That's how we're getting jobbed a little bit.
Damn kickers, brah. I've never been let me say this again. Don't need the McAfee show getting them all mad at us. The kickers are struggling this year in our likely oblivious opinion sometimes. But yeah, what do you want to get into these games?
Yeah, let's go. I mean, hey, if y'all been listening to us before, you've already heard us talk about this might be the time to fade the field goal kicker. You know what I mean? So take that for what it's worth, whatever you have access to play and how that could affect it. Go look it up. You know what I'm saying? Go look up the opportunities to fade the field goal kicker, because there's some out there on the sites and in person too. So shoot, well, I mean, we could easily start off. I mean, like we said last week, I don't know if we really need to go through all of them, because we got the hometown plays of the week, and that's 2 games. And then shoot, do you got 5 likes, or you want to do it like that, and then we could kind of comment on some of the other ones. We'll start with tonight's game, but
yeah, let's do that. Right. And go through, and we'll just roll down the list. If we want to talk about it, we'll talk about it, and just hit on whichever ones you like, and we'll roll.
Well, shoot, I mean, we'll start off like this. Tonight's game, we got Cincinnati and the boy Joe B. Jamar Chase doing their thing at home versus Jacksonville, and Cincinnati getting a -7. 46 is a total that I got as of yesterday. Probably on a little line move, but I think it's at 7.5, so that's probably steady. I don't see that moving anywhere. Y'all can check out the way that looks. Everybody knows that I've been on Cincinnati a little bit. I just used them as an example. It's one of my 5 likes this week. I think that 7.5 is safe because of the amount of takeaways that or giveaways, I should say, that Lawrence is throwing out there. And I think Burrow and Chase they just got something. And then you have Mixon in there, and then you got the rest of the wide receiver group. The defense is playing stout. I think the only side is Cincinnati on this, and that's easy. 7.5. That should be no problem.
Yeah, you hit it on the head there. We were talking about Lawrence earlier, and the teams that just are not good, and Jacksonville is just not good. I could easily see them getting Jacksonville. That is getting, probably 2 or 3 touchdowns, just garbage time touchdowns with as much as they're going to have to throw the ball. But Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow is exactly what we were thinking they were going to be after their rough preseason outing. Well, in my opinion, I've liked Burrow and the Chase connection to begin with. I 100% agree with you, homie. Cincy, and of course, I like the over with another primetime game. I believe they are 8-1 now in primetime games. So last Thursday night's game wasn't so friendly to us. But I think tonight's game is going to be a good one to look at.
Yeah, I mean, because even with miraculous shenanigans that happen with a kick six for 109 yards for a touchdown for Jacksonville, that still didn't help them win. Okay,
Yeah.
last week.
Or
So
cover.
I mean, yeah, and you got history and all of this, and you still can't win. So, shit, like I said, that's the only side. What else we got out there?
Well, we got the Washington football team at Atlanta. We got Houston at Buffalo. Buffalo, I don't think they're 16-point favorites. I think this is one of those stay away games, in my opinion, unless you want to talk about it.
Houston and Buffalo?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would. I mean, I even tried to look at a teaser possibility to move some of the 16 to somewhere else. I'm still working on it. That'll probably materialize in a minute, but that's way too many points. I would take those points and probably move them somewhere else, maybe Atlanta or something like that, and try to get some value. But yeah, no, I don't have any. I don't see anything with that.
What
that's
about
funny that you said those two teams, because I was looking at putting those two teams together and probably tease it up.
Oh, the Washington football team, Atlanta, and then Houston, Buffalo.
Yeah, I got to use some of those points, man. I could, say bring that down to a 10.5 for Buffalo. That should be easy, and then maybe run the I don't know. Like I said, I'm just not trusting Washington, but Atlanta just looks so bad, bro. So I don't know. I think I didn't know what side I was going to run, but I definitely wouldn't do Washington and have them favored by a touchdown. So the only way I'd probably use the points towards Atlanta, and so they can, maybe get to like a +6, take those 6 and move them over there to like a +6 or a +5, maybe, and maybe try to move it through the 3. I don't know.
Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Well, you talked about your boy Goof. So
hey, there we go. Let's go.
Detroit at Chicago. Chicago's favored by 3 after the catastrophe they put up last week with the decimated offensive line. They lost another person off their offensive line. Poor Justin Fields is, I don't even know. I think he's scared a little bit.
The back door for real.
Detroit is, I mean, like you said, they got hosed last week on the road. These guys they're playing. Dan Campbell's got them playing some football, in my opinion, even though they're not winning. They got some grit to them. So, and after it's all said and done, I don't know about even a 42 being that number that I like to definitely hit the over with, but I'm just going to stay away from that. I'd just roll with Detroit and the plus on this one, maybe even the money line.
Yeah, easy. That's the handicap I have is the coach is an idiot. Okay, I hate talking about people, what I'm saying, but he makes dumb decisions. Okay, this week he came out talking about all the quarterbacks are back in the mix for who could start.
Oh, that's what I had too. Yep. Go ahead.
I said, what are you doing, man? So he's not even sticking with anybody. So we don't even know who the hell's going to be back there. You know what I mean? So, and Goof is out here playing. Like you talked about, Dan Campbell's got them boys biting kneecaps, man. He wasn't playing. Okay. The only side is Detroit. There's absolutely no reason in a divisional matchup that everybody involved is new to that they don't come out in Detroit and ball. Now, I don't know what the weather's going to be like, because if you know Goof like I know Goof, if there's any kind of weather, moisture, precipitation, dew, mist, there's going to be a problem with ball handling and all of that stuff with him.
Well,
but
make sure you check the weather report before the game on Sunday.
But for sure, that is one of my 5 likes, Detroit plus 3.5. I'm gonna jump down here. Let's get into it because I already alluded to it earlier. Let's go to the upset alert. Yo, there is only one way to go with this game, man. I told you Minnesota did not go down 0-2. They did not. The record says that they did, but they did in my eyes. Okay. And you're trying to tell me, I don't care if anybody sits up there and tries to tell me that they are as bad as their record says, then you're not paying attention. There were a couple injury situations that went on, but that didn't stop what was going on to them. They still won the game they were supposed to win. Cleveland dealing with Jarvis Landry, all of that foolishness and all of that. Minnesota's the only way to go. They're a 2-point underdog at home versus Cleveland. Dalvin Cook is supposed to be back. I heard they're no longer beefing as much about COVID situations between Cousins and Zimmer. You know what I mean? I think this is the way to go. This is where the value is this game. This is the one that's going to shock. I wish Rudy was here right now so we could take this medicine. Try it.
I was going to say, with all due respect to Rudy, I'm going to have to look into this one a little bit more. But, homie, you're 100% right. Minnesota is underdog at home, which is interesting to me. I mean, especially after they just played Seattle. I'm not saying Seattle's better than Cleveland because I definitely have Cleveland up on my top 10. But, they were underdog last week too against a NFC team, NFC West team, the Seahawks. And then we all saw what happened there. So I'm going to have to look into this one. But, with your knowledge and what you just spit out, I mean, you're exactly right. Minnesota is definitely could be the way to play. Just like we said last week, Minnesota was the way to play as an underdog as well.
Where this line is at, based on the Minnesota being a home dog, they're saying that Cleveland is on the level of Buffalo, KC, and the Rams. And if I use my power rank, that's what they're saying. That's who the line would be equivalent to as far as their opponents. I don't know. And I have Cleveland below KC, Buffalo, and the Rams. So yeah, there's something amiss all up in here, and I think I'm on the right side. Matter of fact, like I said, that one's definitely going in this week for sure.
Hot take right there, hot pick. So you referenced it earlier about the undefeated teams. You got Carolina going to Dallas, and like I said, I think that we're going to see what Dallas or what Carolina's defense is about when they face Dak and the boys, Dak and them boys in Jerry's world on Sunday morning. So that should be a good game to tune into. I really don't have a pick on this yet. I mean, I'm going to see how the line rolls. Dallas is a 4.5 point favorite, over under 50.5. Sam Darnold's going to get tested by that defense this week. And we'll see what the 3-0 Carolina Panthers are about. I would definitely just roll with the over 50.5 on this one, because I think if Carolina's going to stay undefeated, they're going to have to put up points, because I think Dallas can put up some points in this game. And especially since Dak's finally got his feet wet and back into the turf in Dallas. Last week was his first game back playing in Dallas after the injury. So this is a second game back, more comfortable there now. I do like Dallas in this game. I just don't know if I could do the 4.5, but I do like the over 50.5.
Yeah, that's a double like. It's like I said, I like Dallas on this. Remember last week I talked about the 2-0 home teams total over because of the trend line. Okay, so in week 4, 3-0 teams, the trend line says to the over, right? So that's what I'll look to in this game. Meanwhile, on the same data point, 0-3 teams total under. So I would look to see what Carolina's team total will be of that 50, I would probably say, what do you think? It'd be like 24 and a half? No. 20 and a half?
20, no, it might be a little, probably like 23 and a half. You would
so,
think,
yeah.
because it'd be what, 27 and a half for Dallas, maybe?
Yeah.
So the 4.5 ish, right around there.
Yeah, so I would look at the total being over in that, because there's undefeated teams. They know what they're working with now. They got a little motivation. They know what works. They have confidence, which is big. So they'll let it all hang out, and they'll go toe to toe with Dallas as much as possible. I think that's one of those where that's one of the few games where I looked at with the trend line and I said, you know what, that's definitely could count to the over based on Dallas's performance and what Carolina has been able to do out here staying undefeated. So we got a double like right there. Oh, let's do it like this, man. Hey, you remember we talked about storylines and all of that? Here's another storyline that just developed. Okay. With the injury to Tua, Miami is now hosting Indianapolis, and Miami's favored by 2. How? I don't know after seeing what I saw last week. 43 is a total. So now we got another one of those storylines that developed with Jacoby Brissett versus the Horseshoe.
Oh, right. Yep.
All right.
Boy.
So I don't know what it is. I mean, Jacoby Brissett didn't look like he could do a damn thing last week. It just looked all bad. It looked tragic, but did it look as tragic as Carson no ankles? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't know. But the storyline that came up, it's a 2 point. That's another one that, with the 2 points, I don't know. I mean,
you just don't know what does Indy have. I mean, quarterback wise, I mean, you got Wentz. And then
Wentz is supposed to be ready.
Yeah, I mean, and he's been hurt every game this year. It's just, man, it's hard to even look at this game. I don't even know how I would roll either way, but it's a good storyline. You are right. Jacoby Brissett, see if he comes out of his shell and gets back to the Jacoby in Indy, because he wasn't bad. I mean, he was a backup, but he wasn't their real starter or whatnot, but the boy can play. He's kind of like a Teddy Bridgewater. He's just gonna get back into it, I think. I definitely wasn't impressed with last week, but I do like the Brissett a little bit more than I like Wentz no ankles or whatever the hell you called him. Gosh.
Boot. Carson Boots.
I bet he's happy he doesn't have to look at Aaron Donald again.
Yeah. Shoot, man. I mean, is there any of these other? I mean, KC, going on the road to Philly. I mean, is there anything out here that you saw was juicy before we get into the home team situations? Of course, we got Tampa Bay and England. In New England. They're on the roster.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to talk about those late Sunday games. KC Philly. I don't even know about this one anymore, though. To be honest with you. Philly, they put up they got some garbage points to help us out last Monday night against Dallas. 54.5 is the over under. Who knows? KC, I mean, haven't been very impressive in their games so far this year. It might be one of those, like last year, I believe, wasn't it, homie? We were talking KC ride with them all year, right? Because they were covering the spread. They were putting up points. You could do that. I don't see that this year yet. So that might be a stay away one. Baltimore, Denver, like we talked about the undefeated teams. What'd you say? 3-0 teams hit the over. Baltimore at Denver, pick them, and over under 45. I would just roll with the over 45 on this one.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a smooth over. That's another one where that comes out. I don't know. I just think I haven't been impressed by Baltimore, man, and all of this. Just like we were talking about Minnesota, they're not that bad. I don't think Baltimore is that good. Now, yeah, we talked about Hollywood Brown dropped a couple passes, so the game versus the Lions could have got out of hand. It didn't. And then now you come back with last week, and they have to pull that game out. They had to pull that game out with a field goal, history-making field goal.
And Baltimore was on the road last week as well.
Right. Now this is a road situation where, I mean, this is one of those beginning of the season going to Denver altitude situations. Yeah, I mean, and with it being Pick'em, I mean, this is another one to where I think that maybe I would think about moving some of those Buffalo points and tease through here if I can get it to the right spot. But I'll lean Denver right here, man. I really do. I just think that they're doing exactly what they should be doing, and it is working. And that's all I see. And now they have the advantage of having an East Coast team come to them and play in altitude. So I think that I would lean that way. This isn't a heavy light, but I would definitely lean that way. But I like the over.
Let's see. Before we get into your hometown play game, before we get into your game, Pittsburgh at Green Bay, 6.5. And you touched a little bit on Ben Roethlisberger. Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers looking good, just like we said that they would get back on the horse at home after that big game last week on Sunday night against San Francisco. I think this is an easy 6.5 take for me on Green Bay. And I'd probably even lean towards the over on the 45.5, just in case Roethlisberger gets some garbage time touchdowns, because I don't see this game being close at all, in my opinion. And, I need Aaron Rodgers to give me some points for my fantasy league. So let's go, A-Raj.
The only pause reason for pause that I have is if TJ Watt is able to play and they get that pressure, which would be, I would say, equivalent to the pressure that the 49ers were giving Rodgers. But Pittsburgh has a little bit more in the secondary than the 49ers had, who were beat up and having to rely on Josh Norman. Okay.
True.
So that's the only thing that gives me cause for pause. But other than that, I still would. I got it down. It's a heavy light for me. Green Bay minus 6.5.
Well, and it seems like the Pittsburgh game plan is the old dink and dunk, right? Like,
still,
I mean, it's just, you'll get a handoff here, or you'll get a little swing pass, or you'll get a little 2-yard out. Maybe, I don't know. Ben's throwing the ball a lot, but his average completion's like 5 yards or something crazy, ridiculous like that. At least it was last weekend. So,
Harris's business. I overheard somebody talking about Harris average per touch is like less than a yard.
Yeah, Najee Harris. Yeah, he's my running back. So
yeah, he's getting
some touches, but he's not getting many yards.
No, so he's not. I think it was yards beyond the line of scrimmage or something like that. But yeah, so basically he's not getting any wiggle room. Every pass that he's getting thrown is being thrown behind the line of scrimmage. Then he has to do work. They're relying too much on that kid, man. He was just supposed to be a replacement for.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to. Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Connors and an upgrade, and they were supposed to continue around that same path that led them to be 11-0 last year. But this ain't that team. I don't know what happened, but this ain't that team. I know where they need to go. They need to go back to the quarterback shop for real.
Yep, they got this one last year out of Roethlisberger, and I don't think that they're very happy about it. After we've seen what has went on with the draft class this year, they're probably happy they didn't get any of those guys, but they definitely need to find a duck on the pond or whatnot. What's his name? The backup Rudolph, and then Duck Hodges, or find him again or something, because any of those guys could probably put a little bit better of a show on than poor Ben Roethlisberger tripping over his own feet and shit.
Charlie Batch is not walking through that door right.
Neil O'Donnell.
Neil O'Donnell is not walking through that door right now. Tommy Maddox is not walking through that door.
Was it Bubby Brister?
Bubby Brister is not walking through that damn door right now.
All right, let's go. That was pretty good right there. I think we hit some good old school quarterbacks, like old WWE reference style there a little bit.
Sometimes you got to test the noodle sometimes just to make sure you still got it. But before we do it, let's just do it like this. Because all of the talk of the week, all of the biggest storyline is going to be on the week 4 Tampa Bay versus New England in New England matchup. Foxborough is the place where Tom Brady returns. And it's already started.
NFL's been waiting for this.
It's already started. It's going on. You know what I'm saying? You got a cat that's been following Tom Brady since 2001. He's a local beat reporter that gathered all of this information up and said he was not going to release this book that he had or write it or whatever until one of those guys left the Patriots. So now Tom Brady's left. He went, hit the button, start printing books, bro. I got a story to tell. And there's some salacious business up in here, man. I don't know if you caught any of what's been going on, but
is a beat writer, you said, for the Patriots?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know who he works for. I don't know if he's an ESPN guy or somebody else, but I think his name is Wickersham. And this book is out, and everybody's tearing the book up, man. It's crazy with all of the details and stuff that's in there. Everything from, it seemed like Belichick was on the side of Tom Brady after Tom Brady was taking all the discounts. You know what I'm saying? And Tom Brady was like, all right, I'm ready to cash in my IOU now for this big, long contract. And he goes to Belichick. Belichick goes, yeah, that's cool. But upstairs, yeah, they don't want to let any more money loose because they tightened up the budget. So I don't know if that's legit or if that's a Belichick excuse, but that's another one of those things. And of course they got in there, you know what I'm saying? Belichick was sunning them all the time. Like he's 20-something-year-old Tom Brady, and he's like damn near 40 at the time.
Right, I heard that.
Sunning them like crazy. And Tom Brady was like, man, fuck this guy. Robert Kraft, the story of Robert Kraft going, hey, man, hey, y'all, I know we at this party or this event, and we're having a good time, but I got to go, man. I got to get to this game over here. Man, I'm sorry, but I got to go deal with the biggest asshole in my life.
Woo!
Alluding to Bill Belichick.
Oh,
so
boy.
There's a lot of heat going on coming out from this book. That's all gonna culminate.
Yo, what is the saying that everybody says that's been on for years? You never bet against Brady at home. Well, guess where this fool's going back to? He's got another home game in New England, and New England's favored by 7. If that game, if it magically gets to 6.5, we need to be all over it. But Tom Brady's not going into New England to fuck around.
I don't think so. And you know what? I even heard some fools talking about New England's gonna win going out right. I said, wait. What information do you have that leads you to this? I mean, it is what it is. Reality is reality, bro. I don't know how to talk that shit up. I don't know how to convince you. But there is no player or a set of plays or drive that I've seen from New England that would lead me to believe that they're going to put up enough points to be able to hang with what the Bucks and Tom Brady did last week versus the Rams. Okay, so if they just do that again, wash, rinse, repeat, and then take that to Foxborough and say, all right, what y'all got?
So, yeah, and speaking of that, I mean, Aaron Jones texted me this morning and was like, over under New England, sacks on Tom Brady, right? And I said that's an interesting concept to look at that, because Belichick has a scheme that he wants to roll with to get Brady on his back, like Aaron Jones said, the best place to have Brady is on his back. So it brought me to something. Hey, are they pulling is Belichick pulling a Greg Williams here? A little bounty gate action, ready to throw out some coin to some players? Yo, we could have another bounty gate or some other controversy. Sweep the leg. Something controversial, bro. But all in all, I don't think this game's even close. It's gonna be all hype, of course, because of everything that's going on with Brady coming back. But I don't want to be the players. I don't want to be Tom Brady trying to answer all those questions for this week. I haven't seen anything yet, but he's going to be asked about it 100 million times about going back to New England.
The hype machine is going to be in full effect. Now, this is going to be the National Football League's opportunity to really put on a show with this storyline. Pre-game, all day Saturday. You notice where the game is positioned. The last game on Sunday.
Yep.
Right? You couldn't have it as a West Coast 10 a.m. game. You couldn't have it in the 1 o'clock slot for us. It has to be prime time. And just like you said, it's going to be like a home game for Tom Brady, because do you think that the Boston area, the New England area contingency really despises Tom Brady for what? They do not.
No, they do not.
They love that boy, as Tom Brady expressed in one of his newest commercials with Giselle, when he's calling people around and going, "Hey, what did he say?" Oh, he said he's in, but he still doesn't like me.
Yeah, he still doesn't like
you. Yeah, they're fronting. They love that kid, and you're gonna see. I've already heard little whispers through the grapevine from the homie investigation team that they don't have like a full scheduled Tom Brady type tribute situation, but it's going to be something. There's going to be something, and that the team is going to do something, I guarantee you. And there's no way that squad, when you put them on the field, has enough to do it. It's just the storylines are going to be so great. It's going to be whether or not they walk up to each other and shake hands pregame.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they see him talking pregame.
Right. And it's the whole broadcast is going to be about the accusations from the book and the zoom in looks on Brady's face, the zoom in looks on Belichick's face, on Brady's face, all of this, right? So yeah, it's gonna make for a good show, man. And it's sad that Mac Jones has to take a back seat in this one. Yeah, I mean, because it seems like nobody wants to see anything that he's got going on right
now. Nope.
Right, and he's the quarterback QB1 for, you know what I'm saying, multiple time championship football team, and the greatest coach of all time right now. So he's just caught up in the mix.
Yeah, he's going to be taking some bullets for sure after this game and see how well he plays or how well he doesn't play. But another one of those rookie quarterbacks.
If you're out there thinking that the New England wins outright, you're telling me that on a neutral field, New England. No, there's no way. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm not even going to get into the power rank because it sounds stupid. Check yourself. Don't be dumb. You know who Tom Brady is. Act right. We could have got 6.5 earlier on in the week. Okay. But now I wouldn't be surprised. It's going to, because like I said, people are saying that New England can win. So that means, I don't know if those people are sharp or if they're just the people with an app on their phone. But if that money keeps moving, they might move the line more advantageous for us. They might push it back to 6.5.
Yeah,
right?
That's true. We'll be on the lookout.
I never know. So keep your eyes on that one. Close to pole kickoff Sunday night after the witching hour and all of this foolishness touchdown montage. You started looking into it, getting your business together.
Or Saturday night when we're hanging out in the Snoqualmie Sportsbook at 5 p.m. I'll talk to you about that offline. But you could find us at Snoqualmie on Saturday if anybody wants to come kick it.
Shout out to the Snow Casino.
Absolutely. All right, what you got, homie? I know you're waiting for this.
Oh, you want me to get into it?
Get into it.
This is light work. Now, see, a lot of people.
There's not. Maybe I should go first because my game's not as interesting.
What, you don't think so? What do you think? What you talking about? You got the hated 49ers. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean?
Hey,
I know you got a little something.
I got a little something.
All right. Well, let me get into it.
All right, go ahead.
This is easy, I think, for me. This is light work. All right. So when I'm looking at the game, everybody on paper would say, "Oh shit, damn Cardinals, undefeated, man, 3-0." Okay. So are the damn Panthers. Okay.
Cardinals played a little bit better schedule.
All right. Well, yeah, I could see that. So are the Raiders. Okay. So let's look at this. I know for the eye test, I've been here. I've been a Rams fan. Got the Rams crown on right now. Okay. I know what happened. The Rams own the Cardinals. When I say own the Cardinals, they own the Cardinals like the Rams used to own Seattle when they played in St. Louis. Okay. They could not beat them. Now, let's look at this. The Rams have won the last 8, bro, versus Arizona. You know who the quarterback was the last time the Cardinals beat a Rams team?
Was it not Kurt Warner?
Nope, no, that's too far back, I think.
Carson Palmer. No,
Bam. That's it.
Carson Palmer?
See, you're good, man. You're good.
Hey.
So that was in 2017. That's the last time the Cardinals have beat them. Okay. In the last 4 meetings, okay, this is home and away. The Rams have outscored the Cardinals 121 to 66. This is a layup.
121 to 66?
121 to 66 in the last 4 meetings. Okay. There is this year in January, toward the end of the season, Rams beat them. And I think this was with, what's my man's name? That came in at the tail end of the year. Oh, how am I forgetting his name? My backup, but the backup to Goof. He had a nice little run. Oh, man, I'm spacing out. He's still there. He's our backup, but he won this game 18-7.
Austin Davis.
No. He played he has kind of a catchy ass name. Why am I spacing out on my?
All right, I'll find it. Go ahead.
Yeah, while I'm looking, you find it. 18-7. Okay, and that was a home game. All right. Last game, the 2 games in the 2020 season, Rams beat them 38-28 in Arizona. Arizona lost 31-24 in LA that year. They held to Arizona to single digits the year before, 34-7 and 31-9 in 2018. Now, what do I know? Aaron Donald was still there. Okay, the secondary looked a little different back then. It was Aqib Talib and it was Marcus Peters. But guess what's popping right now? Jalen Ramsey, okay? And it's still basically the same squad. We substituted Stafford for Goof, okay? All I can tell you right now is I could expect the same results. This is a simple / easy layup I would expect for this line. I mean, because LA is a super popular team because it's so close to Vegas. I would expect the line to probably keep going up once all the money starts rolling in. But at 4.5, shit, that's easy. If I was gonna take them versus 2 weeks ago up to 10, I ain't gonna do all that this week. But Hey, the homie hometown play of the week says, yo, Rams, 4.5 is an easy winner. Now, check this out. Remember what I talked about earlier. Undefeated teams to the over. When the team totals come out, I would be looking to see the Rams total be around 27. If it's 27 and a half, definitely take the over on that. Okay. Book it, smash it up, and you could very well, I would dare to say that you could parlay and take the 54 and a half that I'm currently looking at.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Make their Christmas unforgettable with Goat Guns. Looking for the perfect gift for your husband or man who is a gun lover? Look no further. Goat Guns are the greatest gift of all time miniature gun models. They are the perfect blend of quality and detail. From pistols to rifles, there's a Goat Gun for every collector, history buff, or gamer. Whether for display or for a fun collecting hobby, Goat Guns will bring joy and excitement to him. Surprise your loved ones this Christmas with a Goat Gun, the ultimate gift that won't disappoint. Shop at goatguns.com.
With that 4.5 and make you a little bit of money. Arizona's going to come out and put up some points because the bend but don't break defense is out there and it's working. But I still show them some love that they can get into the end zone. They have the way to do it. But you remember when they played against Kyler Murray, they lit his ass up last year and he was hobbling around there that game. Okay. They ate his little ass up. And I expect for the same thing to happen again. Mark it up, book it, bet everything. The team total, the 4.5, okay, the game total, run it all the way up. Everything is going over. Take the Rams. It's easy. Mark it up. If you don't like money, bet on Arizona.
Oh, I have these two in my top 5 power rankings. I think top 5, but I think it's going to be a good game. I do like your 27.5 over team total for the Rams. I believe that's, easy 4 touchdowns they're going to get one way or another. So yikes. The 4.5, I have to jump on the bandwagon with you. Not the bandwagon, but I have to jump on the wagon with you there, homie, because I think this is one of those games at home where you say Arizona's going to get not taught a lesson, but, I think they're going to play it pretty close for most of the game, but then it could just come out at the end and, one last possession that just doesn't work out to not cover the spread there. I'd have to lean towards the Rams and the 4.5, but there's no doubt in my mind that this game hits the over. I mean, what'd you say? 3-0 teams hit the over the following week in week 4. So,
yep.
Interesting concept. We'll definitely stay tuned. We could discuss that at the Snow Casino on Saturday night.
Matt Stafford, back-to-back offensive player of the week.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp. Okay. Follow right behind that. And, by the way, I remember the name came to me because I knew he had a catchy ass name. Backup quarterback that won that game for John Wolf of Wall Street Wolford.
You got it. I was just going to tell you.
Wolf of Wall Street, man. Hey, locking it up, man.
I mean, Kupp leads the league in receiving. Leads them in touchdowns. What, he got 5 touchdowns in 3 games? I mean, hey, you can't go. You can't not say that offense is fire right now. Now, if they could just find a healthy running back, might be
that's all it is. Yeah,
might be a game changer.
I mean, to be honest, I was looking at it, and for a minute, it just looked like they stopped going to Michelle, and I don't know if it's because he's not familiar with the playbook, but I would think that if you're a running back, there's only so many plays, and they just kind of they translate with a different name or something. and you just hammer it with him and let him get off, but he's not getting off. But they're not really having to worry about trying to scare a team with the run game. They're just throwing it all over the place. And when that happens, because I'm not used to it, you know what I'm saying? I'm used to my boy Goof playing with a flow. You know what I mean? The offensive line is making holes for the run, which set up the play action. That's the Rams' magic. But right now, it's just like, hey, D-Jack's behind you, bro. And he's running diagonal. And when he's running diagonal, he might drop the ball at the 1. He might act a fool. It might be all kind of shit popping off with this guy. Okay. But when D-Jack's behind you, you know what time it is. And you got Higbee and the whole thing. Bobby Trees, a.k.a. Robert Woods, hasn't even really bubbled yet. Okay. So I'm just saying, wait till everything gets together. It's really a Cooper Cup show. And you got D-Jack with his couple touchdowns and Tyler Higbee, and that's what's been going on right now. But wait till everything starts moving and you start seeing Bobby Trees get those reverses and that kind of stuff popping off, because that's what they substitute in for the run game. When that stuff starts popping, that's when I'll be on full board with the Matt Stafford-led Los Angeles Rams. Whose house? Rams' house.
And that's the anonymous big homie and his Los Angeles Rams talk. So we got Seattle rolling to San Francisco. Divisional matchup.
You got to love this.
Divisional matchup on the road. Seahawks are underdog by 3. So San Francisco's favored by 3. Over under 52. Going to stay away from the over under on this one. To be honest, this game scares me a little bit, to be honest with you, after not being able to put together any offense in 2 second halves in the last 2 games. The Seahawks couldn't put together 2 good second halves after coming out pretty hot in the first half in both games. Defense is hella suspect. I hope they can put it together. Offense is not looking like the offense in week 1 against Indy. In San Francisco as well, the thing that could be on the Seahawks side is that it's Jimmy G's still back there. So, and then the decimated backfield of the San Francisco 49ers. And as you alluded to last week as well, the San Francisco on Sunday night when Aaron Rodgers was picking apart the San Francisco defense, they're beat up as well a little bit on the backfield, but for Russ to have time to be able to find those guys, he can't be running around and running for his life and getting Nick Bosa's ass on him, chasing him around back there. I think that I hope I'm wrong. I hope this game is a close game. I hope the Seahawks can pull it out, obviously. But I just haven't seen anything from the defense in the 3 weeks. They're like the last rated defense in the freaking league right now. They're not getting pressure. They're not taking. Jamal Adams is not.
He's not.
Jamal Adams was last year, right? I mean, he's not getting as many pressures and on the quarterback like he did last year. So
why is that? Why was he running so free last year?
Yeah, I know, and I think I've seen him try to do it a couple times this year, but he's not getting by the guy that's actually blocking him. So the schemes that the offense is running through to keep him in check is working, let alone you don't have a defensive backfield that can cover anybody. So, you can't really be throwing him in there, in my opinion, to get those pressures, because you don't have anybody that can cover anybody on the outside, because they're playing whatever they're playing, zone or something, to not be able to get enough get close enough to those receivers. It's, a 5-7 yard pass, and then they get another 3 yards for a first down. So maybe the Adams experiment needs to be changed up a little bit, in my opinion. I don't know. But this game's going to be fun to watch at the Trap on Sunday with my assistant manager, who's a San Francisco fan. So we'll see how this game plays out. So all you Seahawks fans out there, let's get some good vibes going, like we got our Mariners good vibes going, because we can't go 1-3 in the NFC West. That'd be atrocious and terrible thing for the Seahawks to be sole possession of last place, in my opinion.
So we talked about this a little bit before. It's come up different topics. And I had somebody hit me up going, "Oh, I'm firing the defensive coordinator right damn now," in my head. And I was like, "For what? What do you mean? Is you gonna fire the coordinator? And you done already fired a coordinator before this, or Dan Quinn went somewhere." At some point you got to look at the personnel, and when you look at the personnel, you got to look at the GM. Like, how come I don't have the same? If I'm running the same quality of scheme, and I'm not getting the same results, don't that point to my personnel, right?
Where are the players? Where are the players in the scheme, and how are they doing? Where's the disconnect? As we just talked before about the disconnect from players, coaches, head coach, position coaches, right? Like, where's the disconnect coming from, and where's the what are you working on to get better? So we'll see if they're working on any of that stuff to get better this week, because they're not even favored, and it's not going to be pretty if they can't cover, Jimmy Garoppolo's receivers out there.
Well, Vegas is saying that, that this would be a pick 'em on a neutral. They're saying it would be a pick 'em on a neutral. They don't trust San Francisco that much neither.
Yeah. So
we already know, it's already been documented what's going on with them. They got no running backs, I should say. Okay. You got the one kid, Elijah Mitchell. I think he's supposed to be coming back, but everybody else is still hammered. The one kid that they tried to play this week, he got hardly any touches. I can't remember what his last name is.
Trey Sermon or?
Yeah, Sermon.
Sermon.
Hasty's the one that's like IR'd out. But yeah, they haven't really done anything to really threaten defenses, but yet the 49ers always do that damn 49er shit. They just get on your damn nerves. You know what I'm saying? I have Ayuk on fantasy team for 2 damn weeks. He didn't do a damn thing, and then he starts catching passes. Not enough to break my starting lineup though, because I picked him so high. But he's benched out, so I don't see what goes on there with that squad, and where the threats would come from. But yet they always come from the 49ers, and normally it's because of the run game. Because we talk about how this division is. This division is like almost like mirror images of each other. Like, we all kind of appreciate the run game in different ways. I think the Seahawks and the 49ers probably relied the most heavily
on the run game. He likes to run the ball.
Yep. And the Rams use it as a double pump fake out. You know what I mean? They use it as a setup move. So, but still, it's always got to be there. And I think that this is one of those games I would look to. If Pete wants to do that old school beast mode, Chris Carson situation, this is the game to do it.
Yep.
Okay. And you just got to keep finding ways to run it through and catch somebody slipping downfield, because they don't have the secondary. You just got to pound them and catch them slipping, pound them and catch them slipping. Because if you're trying to get cute, I don't even know what the Seahawks have been doing to get cute, to be honest with you. I wish I knew, what's working and what's not. Because in week 1, week 2, I'm seeing balls flying all over the place, Lockett sliding in, touchdown, throwing
in
up
the first, in the first half.
Yeah, throwing up the deuce, and then I don't know what happened. So the defense lets everybody back in. Is that what you're saying? The defense opens the back door, and then the breeze just comes through.
Yep, and that's so here's my hometown play of the week for you, homie.
Because I was gonna hold your damn feet to the fire too.
After all this shit I just talked about the Seahawks defense. Yep. The Seahawks have 7 total sacks on the season. They're gonna get 3 sacks on Sunday.
Okay.
And they're giving up an average of like 500 yards or whatever on defense too. So we're not even gonna get there. But so 3 sacks on Sunday, and they're gonna give up less than 300 yards of total offense. Or total, they're gonna give up less than 300 yards of total offense. So their defense is gonna play well. So 3 sacks and under 300 yards. That's my hometown play of the week.
Mark it up, write it down, get a permanent marker, book it. Hey man, Hey, it's another one, man, in the books, man. I think we done covered it up like, you know what I'm saying, like a cake with icing, man. We done locked it up, got everything on the slate that we wanted to lace y'all up with, man. What you got? You want to take them out?
Yeah, I mean, hey, looking forward to some Sunday football action. Like I said, I'll be at the Trap. Anonymous Big Homie and I are going to have some offline conversations here, working on some things. And like I said, I think Saturday, my plan is I have to roll to the Snoqualmie and get some paper for us. So while I'm getting some paper, if anybody's out there or heading that way, let me know. But hey, thanks everyone for listening. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. We need those subscriptions there. Rate and review. We really want to see some reviews there as well. So we appreciate it. Everybody, tell a friend, let them know, hey, check these guys out, review them, good or bad, we'll take it. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family. Follow me on Twitter at Stix015 and follow this guy, Anonymous Big Homie at homie_anonymous. Yeah. Thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate it. Homie, what you got?
Nothing but love for the people, man. Come check us out, man.
Shout out India.
For sure. Interact with us on the good Twitter, man. We're out here for you, man. Hey, I don't really have anything fly for y'all this week, but I mean, hey, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I do know. I'll tell you two things that I know. Dead animals with no guts are stiff, and this is funner.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag StixandSports.
Winners don't make excuses.
New to thisisfunner.com.
Welcome to Bad Ideas.
Since we both agree it most likely is a horrible idea that will fail and get us all arrested.
It's like Shark Tank.
This is exactly not like Shark Tank in that we're all poor.
Were they good or bad?
The website called Feedish.
Idiot darts.
LDE Lap Dance Express. Bad Ideas. The show that's been produced on a napkin.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.